Hello everyone! Today we will see how to make an easy and a quick eggless Christmas fruit cake. This cake requires no soaking of fruits and we don't use any eggs or alcohol. But still this is one of the most flavorful and delicious cakes. To make this cake, I've taken some nuts and fruits. I'm using about 10 dates, half a cup of walnut and almonds, a quarter cup each of black grapes and sultanas, and a half a cup of Tutti Frutti. Chop the dates and walnuts and almonds into smaller pieces. We will not be soaking these fruits and nuts. We will be directly adding it into the batter. Also preheat your oven to 180 degrees Celsius for about 15 to 20 minutes. Now melt some butter in a bowl and to this add about 3/4 cup of brown sugar. Along with this add some milk. Mix all of this well together. Make sure the brown sugar is completely dissolved. In another bowl, place a sieve over this bowl and add a cup of Maida or all-purpose flour and also add 1 teaspoon baking powder, 1 teaspoon baking soda, a half a teaspoon of cinnamon powder, a quarter teaspoon of clove powder and a pinch of nutmeg. If you have fresh nutmeg, you can grate that into the batter. I'm just using a store-bought nutmeg powder. And then finally add a little bit of salt. Sieve all this into the bowl. Then add the chopped nuts and the fruits into the dry ingredients. Mix it all with the flour. This will make sure the nuts and the fruits don't sink to the bottom of the batter, but it will be well dispersed throughout the cake. Mix this all well together. Add the wet ingredients into the dry ingredients and then add a teaspoon of vanilla. Mix this all together till it makes a smooth batter. Don't over mix the batter. I'm using a 6 inches square cake tin. Grease and line the cake tin so that the cake comes out easily. Transfer the batter into the cake tin. Run a knife or a toothpick along the batter to remove any air bubbles. Don't tap the cake tin on the counter. If you tap it too much, then all the nuts and the fruits can go settle down at the bottom of the cake tin. Now this cake is ready to be baked in the preheated oven. Preheat the oven to 180 degrees Celsius for about 15 to 20 minutes. And then reduce the temperature to 160 and bake the cake for about 60 minutes. Even though this is a small cake, my cake took about 70 minutes to bake. It is always better to bake a fruit cake at a lower temperature and for a longer time, so be patient and bake for about 60 to 70 minutes till it's well done. Each oven is different. My oven took 70 minutes for this cake, but you can start checking after 50 minutes itself. Put a toothpick or a skewer in the center of the cake. If it comes out clean, then you can take it out. Otherwise, bake for a little longer. Put the skewer here and there to check if the cake is completely cooked. If the cake is fully cooked, remove it from the oven and let it cool down completely. So this is it. An easy and a delicious eggless Christmas fruit cake is done. I usually don't cut into my Christmas cakes immediately. I generally wrap it and leave it in the refrigerator for 1 or 2 days and then only I will cut it. This will make sure that all the flavors will come together making the cake more intense and deep and rich in flavor. When you're cutting a fruit cake, make sure you use a serrated knife because we are using so many fruits and nuts. A serrated knife will give you a cleaner cut. As you can see, this is a rich, moist and a fully loaded Christmas fruit cake. This is one of the easiest and the tastiest Christmas fruit cakes. You don't have to soak the fruits and nuts. You don't have to use any alcohol. There's no eggs involved in this recipe. It's so simple and easy to make, yet it is so delicious and full of fruits and nuts. This is a last minute Christmas fruit cake recipe. If you've forgotten to soak your fruits and nuts, then you can make this cake easily and it will still taste so delicious. So this Christmas, do try out this recipe. Until next time, bye bye.